Daily Astrocat.com, the weekly astrology report.
On this week's Daily Astrocat Weekly Report, we talk about Venus direct in Leo, Mercury trine Jupiter, Jupiter retrograde, and the turning point of this Virgo cycle, and using crystals to alter less than optimal vibrations.
We're also going to discuss the Sun conjunct Mercury for the second time. 2 times, and the Sun trine Jupiter. Ooh, big stuff, right? The Moon begins this week in Aries and ends the week in Cancer. Hello, beautiful friends. Thank you all for joining us. Hey, this is your place to learn more about astrology my way, okay? It's an intuitive kind of style that's based on Western astrology. Welcome to the Lunar Weekly Astrocat Preview. It's time to concentrate and focus.
Intentions set, our intentions well met.
I'm Shane Jensen, and I'm an astrologer. Let's go.
Okay. Oh, well, okay, just let's go.
No.
Just let's go. There's no me. There's no me. I have nothing to do with it.
What's the next line say?
Well, I'm Carrie Jensen. I'm a kitchen witch, voice of the cast of cat characters here, songstress, and neurospicy nerd for all things new age. But let's go.
Let's go. That's right. Let's go means I'm done saying what I have to say. Go to the next page. And you have to argue about it. Okay, so hey, let's visit those intentions, okay? I'm not star enough, okay? I'm not front and center enough. I got to be more front and center.
I mean, just a mention is nice.
Well, it's just the next line. All right. So anyway, hey, look, we've been experimenting and experiencing for a week with various crystals. My crystal seems to be clear quartz. That's the one I identify the most, and that's what we've been doing.
You go with your clear quartz, and you go with a lot of black stones.
Oh, I wear black stones every day, too.
Yeah.
I usually have them on, but I don't have them on today.
Yep.
Hematites and, whatever those silly little volcanic stones are. I'm
picked
not
up
sure.
a stray onyx.
Yeah, I picked up a stray onyx. That's right.
Yes.
So anyway, hey, look, we've been setting our intentions on a zodiac-themed altar cloth. Not really, but we keep them there. We do. Listen,
We intended to, even we don't practice our intentions as much as we'd like to.
and that's part of the reason that, but, hey, maybe we're struggling a bit, right? Listen, if you set your intentions and you follow through with them, this is also a practice in mindfulness.
Last week, we went back to our older format of having cats explain the day's astrology. This retrograde has been especially hard, or at least I'll say it started out especially hard for certain. The vibration of Mercury retrograde in Virgo is pretty bad indeed.
All right, so look, it's very much like the lights went out, okay? The pressure of external circumstances was causing our brains to not process information correctly.
Yeah, kind of overload. Seems like it was just too easy to feel overwhelmed, so we decided to take some action to guard against these negative experiences we felt like we were having.
All right. Listen, there's 3 gems that we use to help, and there's 2 others to assist. After a busy day, we went to one of our favorite crystal shops and picked up a few gifts for someone who was actually feeling this Virgo retrograde season acutely, namely a Virgo.
Imagine that. This Mercury retrograde stuff was so intense that it was actually having a physical effect on this person.
So it seems it was having a physical effect on more than just one person, okay? In all my years observing astrology, this has been the weirdest expression of this energy to date.
Yeah, the retrograde stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely. And it isn't so much the effects of a retrograde as a state of mind. We can't even begin to think of a way out of it because once we start thinking about it, these things tend to take over and become really amplified. What was the first gem we bought, Carrie?
That was a black tourmaline. It's a powerful protective stone that's often used for grounding and shielding against negative energy. It's believed to have the ability to block and transmute negative energies, providing a sense of calm and protection. It can also help in balancing and cleansing the energy centers in the body. Additionally, black tourmaline is known to promote emotional stability and help in dealing with stress and anxiety.
We also bought a small black bracelet. That's that tourmaline she's talking about. It's composed of iron and sodium. It exhibits magnetic, pyroelectric, and piezoelectric properties that make this gemstone Very useful.
Okay, I have a bearing on like what pyroelectric would have to be, but piezoelectric, I mean yeah, pyroelectric, something heat or temperature. What the heck is piezoelectric?
Piezoelectric means that the stone will generate a charge with changes in temperature. This comes from the crystal structure itself. Changes either up or down result in a charge being released.
Right, that's the pyroelectric.
And piezoelectric is a release in electricity when pressure is applied. This can be even air pressure.
Oh, wow.
Think of your microphone.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah,
Okay.
When you talk over it, it creates fluctuations in the voltage. And it's what makes it happen. It also works that way in speakers.
Practicing piezoelectricity daily, folks. Interesting. That's awesome. It's also the black tourmaline. It's also magnetic like hematite. Black stones like that and onyx all share the same spiritually protective properties.
That's right. That's
You
why I
stray
have one
onyx.
right on
Hello,
me.
little baby.
All right.
Little
Listen,
black jelly bean.
The black tourmaline is different in the way that it is highly electrical and emits negative ions. It's like a wearable antioxidant.
It's a cute way to think of it.
Black tourmaline is also known for its... Oh, wait a minute. How do we go back? Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so...
Well, I guess we're holding on for a second, but...
I guess we are, because it just says, hold on a second here.
Isn't this the problem, the whole problem we're having with the retrograde, though? Discussions and all the ensuing nonsense.
Carrie going forwards when she goes backwards. We're supposed to go backwards.
I went retrograde in our presentation. How about that? This research and proactive approach is what's important. We have to change something, and we're best off to do it Mars-Pluto style, which means...
Well, in this case, the only thing we are blowing up is the effect of Mercury and Venus retrograde.
But we're talking about Mercury. What does it have to do with Venus?
I don't know. What does it have to do with Venus?
So how can we know what we want? Like, what our personal Venus wants?
Your own personal Venus. Okay.
How can we know what is wanted of our Venus? If the voices in our heads are just dominating the discussion, it's like it's too thinky. Just continue with the crystals. I'm sure this is all going to tie together. It always does.
Does it? Gems first, I guess. The second bracelet we picked up was a very pretty blue Amazonite one.
Yeah.
I should say Carrie picked it out.
Well, I kind of did. It was more the shopkeeper, but I liked it. We looked for a loose stone, but all they had was this tiny beaded bracelet, which may actually have wound up being a better choice anyways.
Amazonite, so it's wearing it keeps packages arriving at the door safe and sound?
Amazonite, yeah. Yeah, dad jokes. Amazonite, or perhaps amazonite, I'm not sure, is a type of feldspar mineral that is known for its beautiful blue-green color. It's often associated with soothing and calming energies and is said to help alleviate stress and anxiety.
Oh, Amazon is at the door. No, it's Amazonite, okay? It's often associated with the higher heart and throat chakras and is thought to enhance communication skills, aid in clear expression, and promote balanced and harmonious relationships. And I thought that was beer. Additionally, Amazonite is believed to enhance intuition.
Maybe not the clear expression or communication.
Creativity and self-expression.
There you go.
Making it a favorite amongst writers, artists, and musicians. Beer is also a favorite amongst those folks, too. Overall, the metaphysical properties of Amazonite are said to treat fatigue and trauma and promote emotional well-being, balance, and positive energy flow. Once again, beer. It's considered an alternative birthstone for the sign of Virgo. And it's also considered good for the sun sign Aries, Leo, and Scorpio.
It's all that wheat stuff. That's the Virgos and the Scorpios and
beer.
Yeah, beer. Yes.
So how does all that get all clumped together? I don't know. It has nothing to do with the Amazon River, however. In Brazil, it can be found in Minas Gerais and in Bahia.
Actually, it was indeed named after the Amazon River, although there are no known occurrences of this gem there. Brazil's a bit of a hike from the Amazon, isn't it?
No, the Amazon runs through Brazil.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It just runs through the north of Brazil.
Oh.
It is entirely through Brazil.
Okay,
yes.
well.
But the colors of it evoke the Amazon River, as some people would think.
Yeah, I'm very much not a
So anyway,
geographer. Anyway, these gems will help align the tensions that Mercury retrograde's been causing.
Okay, so it's like playing a C on the piano in conjunction with the D. The result is what is called an enharmonic. Amazonite restores that off-sounding note with the result of the retrograde drift. Like, think about it. If we're playing a C and it drifts into that D, that's 2 semitones. It returns to the base value of C, which is Virgo.
Interesting. Now, the third stone. We're going to move on to our final highlighted stone. You insisted on getting a labradorite. Care to share why?
Yes, labradorite is good for these retrograde periods. Not as a personal stone, but as a house stone. Kind of like that house elf that has no use for socks. It's caught right there. The Amazonite is there. It's not going anywhere. You give it socks, it's still going to stay there, okay?
Yeah.
Since you just drew a pair of mine out, I felt like I should mention that.
They were threadbare.
They were my socks.
All right, so what is
They were my socks, not your socks. That's for me to throw them out.
I could see your heels through
So,
them.
unless my toe is sticking out, they don't get thrown out.
I could see your entire heel.
That's fine.
Anyway.
My heel is beautiful. It deserves to be seen. It's like lingerie for my heel. It was like a fishnet, a very suggestive
Your heel.
All right. So look.
So what? Yeah, tell me more about that house stone thing. We don't know. People don't need to know about your socks.
Or about my sexy heel in lingerie. All right, so there are stones that are personal. Let's start with ones that are jewelry quality, and as such, they're quite personal. There are stones that we can use as pocket stones, like that little onyx that I have on me right there. Ones that we can carry, not meant to be seen, just felt. We internalize those. These are intention stones. There are ones that we carefully arrange and can use as a focus for manifestation or meditation around our house. Okay? House stones are stones that occupy a particular place and serve a particular purpose.
Kind of like feng shui, huh? I can dig that.
Yeah, kind of
feng
like my
shui,
feng
yeah.
shui.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I don't even. You know what? I know it's feng shui.
Well, that's okay.
I'm
If you were
telling you.
British, you'd say feng shui.
Feng shui.
Feng shui.
Oh my god.
It's like feng shui.
feng shui.
With Don Quixote. Okay, so anyway.
I told you I'm functionally brain dead today. Oh my
Okay, so
god.
I got to tell you right now, though, I do have a problem with crystal shops. The energy in them makes me want to leave. Although, you know what? Today,
sometimes.
we went to a crystal shop and there was a dog there, and that made the energy much better. I was able
we're
to
usually
focus.
such cat people. It's just
Well, it was a
just
cat-sized dog.
having an animal around. I think is kind of like a unifying thing for people, where it's like it's always the baby, and everybody gathers around the baby and cares for the baby. So it's kind of like the same thing. Everybody unifies over the little creature.
Okay, sure. Sure, I was just going to say it just broke the energy of it for me, and it made it more welcoming. And we were the only ones in the shop, which
That was
even
kind of
better.
nifty. That was nifty as heck.
Everybody was upstairs at a meditation class.
Because the parking lot looked horribly threatening, I'll tell you.
Oh, we couldn't even park in front like we normally did, but there was a meditation thing going upstairs, and it was well attended, and I applaud that, and I think that that's great.
Yeah.
Because everybody should support people who support these alternative types of, energy adjustments and just mindfulness and, a way of being and a way of looking at the world.
But yeah, typically a lot of these shops do have they can get odd vibes with them. Sometimes it gets a little too salesy, or there's, you experienced a weird corner in one once.
Yeah, I did. And, it was the shop that Cassie was in, and it was just, there was stuff going on, and there were readings going on upstairs. Maybe it wasn't a great reading. I'm not sure.
Maybe that could have had a bearing on it too. There was you weren't gonna get into the other details.
What other details?
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
just
that's-
mentioned them.
Well, All right.
And we just talked about that shop. So, I mean, I would go on to the next line that's yours, perhaps.
Fine. Well, I don't know. It was a corner of some mustardy Yellowstone. I don't know. There were details on.
I don't care about the details because I don't remember what they were.
No, nobody else cares
They
about
were
the
really
details
bad.
anyways, I'm
I
sure.
know. The only person that cares about it.
Is me. Anyways, as a consumer.
And you wonder why these things are 30 minutes long.
Why shouldn't they be?
Oh, my
You know
goodness.
what? Podcasts are typically like an hour and a half. They actually tune in to like listen to the banter between two people. Did you know that?
You know what it is? It's like, oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Let me tell you about Carrie. Carrie is a kitchen witch that's been sitting at home all summer long, and she's been dreaming up different things. She's been painting, which is why her hands are different colors and stuff like that. That hand definitely has paint on it. Been doing some redecorating and redesigning around the house and been having a really generally good time this summer. Well, I've been working the entire time.
And so, yeah, we've been to crystal shops, and they were like great. Weren't they great?
Yes.
They were so great.
Yes.
They were so great. How great was that?
I don't know, but Cassie wasn't there the day
Those
that
were
we
some
went
gems.
to that store. I have a few nuggets for you.
Oh my God. Anyways, we could do this all day. So yeah, anyways, as a consumer, you never quite know the origin of those stones and things, or rarely would you really know. Some of them, they kind of might carry a bit of oppression or unethical labor. Even emotional factors might be clouding them, like the reading that could have been going on upstairs. Like I said, might not have been a good one. But the sheer volume of stones kind of makes it difficult to shop, too. When you're sensitive, it's like 1,000 songs playing at once. I find you're best off to compose a list to hone in your focus. Provided you actually remember to bring the list along and don't lose it in transit.
Or leave it in the car or something.
And you went out to look in the car and it wasn't there. And the next day, when I was in the car, it was there. Go figure.
I'm convinced that by setting intentions, we
Stay
can
in the
change
frame.
the frequency of these vibrations through these seemingly inert stones. It also brings up storage issues in the home.
Storage issues in the home.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea to combat those pesky issues, but it always costs money. Begin putting those thoughts and observations into practice consistently, and you can share your knowledge. It's just another way to add to our helpful repertoire at dailyastrocat.com.
I like that, a living laboratory. I must say, I'm feeling so much better. I have focus and vision working once again. Kind of. Now, to work to make my past efforts really sing.
Really sing?
Really sing.
Really sing? Oh, funny, because last week you mentioned the music of the spheres. And this week you're talking about an enharmonic interval? I hope these mentions allude to something concrete in the music department.
It could. Then again, we don't know. Let's look at Jupiter. Jupiter is in Taurus and will go retrograde on Monday at 10:10 in the morning. This could be just the impetus I need in order to set everything right within our world. It is, after all, a 3-day weekend.
And he has a day without me.
Wow, that's amazing.
Something will actually get done in this house. Venus is direct on Sunday at 12 degrees Leo at 10:20 p.m.
Indeed. So what that means is the two major benefics in our chart are actually standing still.
Will appear to be from our perspective, obviously. Yeah.
Well, yes, because retrograde motion. Let's assume that we've already done that. We don't have to qualify what retrograde motion is every time we talk about it. All right, so
People appreciate repetition. They like knowing that they know things.
okay, so these things are standing still. What does it mean, Carrie?
That they're standing, meaning that they're standing still. That's like
Correct.
from our perspective.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and so
What
what
does
does
what
that
mean?
what does that do to the planet's influence over us in our chart?
Why are you doing this to me when I'm functionally brain dead?
Okay, so she says she's functionally brain dead, so that's fine. Listen, Carrie, what
Yes.
what this does is it amplifies the effect that those influences are having on our
Oh yeah,
chart.
I just read that. Yeah.
anyway. She loves interrupting when she doesn't have the answer. Great. Listen, she does this when the moon is in Taurus, okay? Venus does this. Carrie does this all the time. She doesn't wait for the moon in Taurus. She's like, moon in Taurus, moon in Scorpio, moon in Cancer, moon in bloody Pisces. Moon and moon, that's right.
Moon.
Look, this is going to play a significant role in what we think we desire. It's been a long time, kind of like that Boston song, complete with the foreplay. And now we're going to be in a place where we feel like we deserve these things for a similar period of time. That means that Venus is going to backtrack through that whole thing, 40 days worth of retrograde. And we're going to come back to that spot and we're going to revisit all those Leo things that we think are coming.
My goodness gracious. So Venus direct will allow us to once again express what it is that we think we desire, huh?
Not so fast. Mercury is still retrograde, and Jupiter goes retrograde the following day.
Oh, but I thought you fixed that with crystals, didn't you?
I haven't fixed anything yet.
Oh, for
I'm
crying
still
out loud.
I'm still doing my thing.
You know what? You underestimate your ability to understand these things. Maybe I kind of do too. Besides, Venus is vibrant in Leo, and now that energy will be transferred over to Mars in Libra. Now tell me how the other planets being retrograde is going to stop this from manifesting good things.
No, I can't, because you know what? The other planets that are retrograde are freaking retrograde for half a year. So their normal state is retrograde. So it's like,
it becomes normal.
Jupiter's retrograde. Big deal. Pluto's retrograde. Big deal. Neptune is retrograde. It's kind of a big deal because you get more clarity. Well, that's my own personal feeling. I think that Neptune has a little bit more power that way than the other outer planets because we actually lose the veil a little bit. And what you see is what you get. All right. So.
But because it's like a 6-month span of time, it's just going to be, it'll have its intense moments, like when planets are stationing direct and so forth. But it's when, it's a 6-month period, so it's going to begin to feel normal at some point.
Okay, so interestingly enough, positive change is on the way. Do you really think that crystals are going to achieve that?
I think it gives it a very strong focal point, and with focus comes power. So, yeah. Crystals can help achieve that and more. But routine effort will be needed to really pull everything together. It's the foundation of everything. This last weekend, you were able to go to Boston, come home, go crystal shopping, go check out a farm stand, and get everything recorded, mixed, mastered, and uploaded all in one day. And we may be facing the same today.
So you helped. It's all part of being of the same mind. And when it comes right down to it, that's what it really is. Being of that mindset is being off of that mindset is very counterproductive. With Venus direct, it's my hope that partnerships, routines, and growing together all become second nature. Don't you love 5?
We gotta learn to turn this clock up.
No, it's good. I always like it because check it out.
Oh my God. We're
gonna move
5. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we are. Now we're going to move on to Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, which happens on Monday morning. The excesses that Jupiter may have expressed in the previous squares with the Sun, Mercury, and Venus should be under review with this retrograde. Jupiter retrograde affects religion, large organizations, education, and large animals.
Well, yeah. Retrogrades are always, as you said, about those re-words. Like the restore we went through today. I'm sorry. Review.
So do you have the microphone in front of you?
I was yelling.
Yeah, I know.
Review, revise, all those things, and the restore. Typical Jupiter connotations are basically the patriarchy and the shambolic institutions that support it. Will the Congress of the United States ever get their act together, you think?
There aren't enough retrogrades to have that happen. So let's see. You have to restore a sense of shame
Restore.
and decency to the environment of that place.
Yeah, you
like
would
the
have to.
restore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to the restore.
A little bit more about Jupiter. Both the Sun and Mercury will be trine Jupiter this weekend. That means that retrograde Mercury and the Sun will be conjunct in Virgo.
This can happen this week, not this weekend. You just tacked end right on there. You silly. Mm-hmm. The Sun-Mercury conjunction will solidify our findings from this week. Yes, this works for us, and it will be for our benefit. It's really kind of hard to know which path was the path we should have been on until we discovered it on our own. This is too important to keep bottled up inside, which is why we're releasing it right now.
Like Aladdin's genie. Hello, I'm the genie. Yes, I guess so. This week will work out as it always does. This is the big picture takeaway.
You can probably expect to hear a lot more from us about these things coming up.
Well, I didn't think much about these things, yet I do have a natural ability with crystal matters. At least it seems that way,
Yeah,
so we'll see.
You have all your grounded stuff going on with you, so of course you're going to have an affinity for some earth stuff.
Now that we're through the worst of the retrograde, Venus is freed up to set intentions through Jupiter for Mars. Think about this. Venus is being affected by Jupiter. Jupiter's in Taurus. Venus is in Leo. Mars is in Libra. So we're going to put some of that energy into Libra. We will focus on using our creative gifts to bring about changes in our lives that Venus will most definitely want.
Hot like a new couch.
You're getting really material there, let me tell you.
Anyways, will Jupiter retrograde change any of this, you think? Any difficulties there?
If anything, Venus will finally gain the upper hand regarding issues that have beset women in general. Global issues concerning women's rights will be front and center. Forget about social media distortions, which is what they are. These issues will be front and center. Women's rights.
Nice. Good.
So.
Good. I pasted those stickers back on my...
Yep. We traded cars.
We swapped cars because
this is a retrograde thing.
Yes, because I'm closer, so I get the older car, but that's okay. I like an old ride anyway. So who's doing the best days?
I don't care. Carrie, what's the best day for love?
The best day for love is Monday. Direct Venus has had a few hours to think about what to do and what the proper amount of nice things will be. This is where you get to choose what the next Venus cycle will provide you with. What do you think the best day for business is?
Monday.
Also.
Jupiter and Mercury are trine. We need to set Jupiter intentions today alongside our Mercury retrograde intentions and Venus direct intentions. Make sure you're here for that daily podcast.
Monday's going to be a doozy, huh?
Mm-hmm. And what's the best day for health, Carrie?
That's going to be Sunday. Our crystal intentions are all a result of our realizations that we had at the beginning of this week. So stay with it.
And what's the best day for transformation?
That is Monday because that is just a trifecta. Venus direct will be at her best, and the moon square Venus sets us off in pursuit of our Lionsgate goals.
Ooh, back to the 2 8s, baby.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Got a lot of
2/8.
trust and synchronicities going on here with these retrogrades coming up.
Exactly. Last week we were able to finally feel a bit freer and a little less constrained. This week it's going to turn intense. Go where the flow is taking you. Hey, please follow your passions and trust where your intuition is taking you.
Big deal. You have to trust the intuition.
The eclipses will be here before you know it.
Yeah. The difficult lessons should have all been faced head on by now. You've defeated the big boss. Are you ready for the next level?
Thank you all for joining us. We get to do this all together. Oh, man, we do it all together on this rock even. Look at that. Let's start acting like it.
Change it up. Change it up, B.
Please share this and any of our work that strikes your fancy. Like follow, like hit the bell for notifications, like hopefully we made a difference for you.
Yeah, you have to like and follow.
You can make a difference for us too.
No. Like, follow, hit the bell for notifications.
Don't you change up my stuff. Don't change my stuff.
Okay, so
That's autopilot.
every week he expects me to jump on this like I'm just a perfectly rehearsed
Like.
And then we see what happens with him. Did y'all work your magic this week? Talk to us. Give us some feedback on our socials, our reels, and our videos.
Which we don't post.
Visit our website, daily-astrocat.com, and sign up for emails. You can listen daily on the media player there or anywhere you get your podcasts.
Is this a intention? Did you write an intention? Did you write an intention, Carrie? Oh, my goodness. It's all about trust.
Does it make...
It's all about trust. I trust that you don't mess with my stuff, but you still do. And that you have my best intentions. I hope that you trust me too, and I hope you guys trust us too.
I do. Yeah. Eventually, we all have to make decisions surrounding our Venus values. Mars will be in a place where he'll feel what it is that Venus desires. Okay. As Virgo wanes and Scorpio comes into view, who knows what kind of power Mars or Venus will be craving.
This is about how Mars and Venus can combine to create something new, vibrant, and beautiful.
Yeah.
It happened last time around, so let's do it again, okay?
Little persistence, eh?
Exactly.
Now go help us by sharing our podcast with all your new agey friends or anyone you just know would benefit from some atypical astrology insight.
Astrological insight, even. All right.
Oh, what did I say?
Astrology insight?
Oh, astrology insight?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's fine.
That's fine. Hey, look, have a happy Astro Week. Happy Astrocatting. That was the longest thing ever.
That was fantastic.
Oh, my goodness.
It definitely did not work this time.
Okay, good.
It's 33 minutes.
Let's do it again.